Whispers among the tombstones. The cemetery sat silent and still beneath the pale light of the moon, its ancient tombstones casting long shadows across the overgrown grass. A chill wind whispered through the trees, sending shivers down the spine of anyone who dared to tread upon its hallowed ground. In the small town of Ravenwood, nestled deep within the heart of the countryside, the cemetery was a place of whispered tales and haunted legends. For generations, the townsfolk had avoided it after dark, believing it to be cursed by the restless spirits of the dead. But despite the warnings, there were always those who sought to uncover the truth behind the rumors. One such individual was Emily Carter, a curious young woman with a fascination for the supernatural. With her camera slung over her shoulder and a sense of determination in her heart, she set out one moonless night to explore the cemetery for herself. As Emily passed through the rusted iron gates, she felt a chill run down her spine. The air seemed to grow colder with each step she took, and the sound of her footsteps echoed loudly in the stillness of the night. But she pressed on, her curiosity driving her forward into the heart of the cemetery. The tombstones rose like silent sentinels from the earth, their weathered faces bearing the names of the long departed. Emily ran her fingers over the cold stone, tracing the faded inscriptions with a sense of reverence. Each grave held a story, she knew, and she was determined to uncover them all. But as she wandered deeper into the cemetery, Emily began to sense that she was not alone. Shadows danced at the corner of her vision, and strange whispers echoed in her ears. She brushed them off as figments of her imagination, but the feeling of unease lingered in the pit of her stomach. Suddenly, Emily froze in her tracks as she heard the sound of soft footsteps behind her. She spun around, her heart pounding in her chest, but there was no one there. Only the silent graves and the rustling of the wind greeted her gaze. Shaking off her fear, Emily continued on her journey, determined to uncover the secrets that lay hidden within the cemetery's hallowed ground. But with each passing moment, the whispers grew louder, and the shadows seemed to draw closer. As she approached the center of the cemetery, Emily's eyes fell upon a crumbling mausoleum, its stone walls covered in ivy and moss. A sense of foreboding washed over her as she stepped closer, the hairs on the back of her neck standing on end. With trembling hands, Emily pushed open the heavy iron doors and stepped inside. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and the darkness seemed to swallow her whole. But she pressed on, her curiosity overcoming her fear. As Emily explored the interior of the mausoleum, she stumbled upon a hidden chamber buried deep within its walls. Inside, she found rows upon rows of ancient coffins, their lids sealed tight with rusted iron chains. But it was what lay at the far end of the chamber that caught Emily's attention. A single sarcophagus, adorned with intricate carvings of twisted figures and strange symbols. A sense of dread washed over her as she approached, the whispers growing louder with each step she took. With trembling hands, Emily reached out and pushed open the lid of the sarcophagus. What she saw inside would haunt her nightmares for the rest of her days. Lying within the coffin was a figure shrouded in darkness, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. It reached out to Emily with bony fingers, its voice a chilling whisper in the depths of her mind. "Join us," it hissed, its voice like nails on a chalkboard. "Join us in eternal torment." With a scream of terror, Emily stumbled backward and fled from the mausoleum, the echoes of her footsteps ringing in her ears. She ran faster and faster, desperate to escape the cemetery's cursed embrace. But no matter how far she ran, the whispers followed her, their haunting words echoing in her mind. And as the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, Emily knew that she would never be free from the darkness that lurked within the cemetery's hallowed ground. For in the heart of Ravenwood, the dead whispered among the tombstones, their voices a chilling reminder of the horrors that lay hidden beneath the earth. And no one who dared to venture into their realm would ever emerge unscathed.